Archery target companies have a big problem. And because this entire series is unsponsored, I can say whatever I want. Ha! Here's the deal. We got target, durability, and difficulty of arrow removal. They're conflicting each other. Generally, the more durable the target is, the harder it is to remove the arrow out of the target. The game for archery target builders is to make a durable target that's easy to remove the arrow. But that's not completely realistic. There is always a trade-off. So you gotta pick your poison. Do you want a more durable target or a target that's easier to remove the arrows? Today's target definitely leans on the more durable side.
We finished 4 layered targets. Now we're moving on to 4 foam targets. Generally, foam targets last a little longer than layered targets, but they can be harder to pull the arrows out of. And today we're taking a look at the Rineheart target, claimed to be the most durable target out there, with the box even guaranteeing that if you wear this out in less than a year, they'll replace it for you. We have an 18-sided target. The more sides, the more areas to shoot, the less you wear out one area at a time. This is a 15-inch target with self-healing foam. This target weighs a hefty 15 pounds. They market this specifically as a portable target. The size of this is great for portability, but it is a little bit heavy. The upside to that is that when you shoot it, it's not gonna move around much. After reviewing a few of these targets, I realized that the portability score is kind of a joke because all the targets are pretty stinking portable unless you're trying to take the 3D deer around. But even then, if you've got a truck, you can make it work. And it feels super dense. Throughout the target, we have 1.5 inches, 2-inch black area, 7-inch full target, 3-inch full target. That's nice, it gives you different variability to shoot for. I think all targets should do this, adding a bunch of different aiming points, because the more aiming points you have, the longer the target will last. What wears a target out is hitting the same spot over and over again. And today we're gonna take 500 shots in the same spot to compare it to the other targets to see how much this wears out or how much it holds up to its claims. These targets are made in the USA. You know I like that. This target shows you its best side every single time, and is the longest lasting archery target ever offered, guaranteed. One of the downsides to a denser foam is that the arrows can be very difficult to pull out. Let's test how difficult it is right now. All these tests are a combo between a 60-pound compound bow and a 50-pound traditional bow. Wow, that stops it. Let's mark the arrows so we can see how far they went in. What I've been most concerned about. That went in so stinking short, it was pretty easy to pull out. Let's see what the compound did. See, this is gonna be the problem. These are invaluable with this sort of target. Holy cow. Wow. By far the densest target. The trad arrow went 4.25 inches. The compound went 7.75 in. So let's find out what it takes to pull the arrows out. The last target, it took 16 pounds to pull the arrows out of, which was the easiest target we've done yet. Let's check this one out. Okay, first the trad arrow. Let's see what kind of force this takes to pull the arrow out. That was not ridiculous, but it all releases kind of at once instead of a smooth pull. Let's see what the compound does. Hooking up my contraption with the arrow puller. Now I'm gonna go do a 15-minute stretching session before I pull this out. All right, let's see what we get here. Unreal. 61 pounds to pull an arrow out. And that's with a 60-pound bow from 20 years ago. To me, this is so fantastic, because everything's a trade-off. And when a company knows what their goal is and what they're specializing in, then it's clear. They're not trying to make a target that's easy to pull arrows out of. But we haven't yet tested how durable this actually is. So, 500 shots with field points, 50 shots with broadheads. Let's see if we can even make a dent, because so far, our 4 shots, you can't even see the holes really. It's just double the work to shoot this target because you pull your bow back and then you've got to do another row to pull your arrow out. Something to note is that the more you shoot in one specific area, the material starts to loosen up and the arrows do get easier to pull out over time. At least that's been my experience with every single target I've reviewed so far. Wow, wow. This is the 100 shot update. If If you come in close, you can see a little bit of surface damage, but the arrows are not really penetrating any further than 0 shots.
This is the 250 shot update. The arrows are a little bit easier to pull out, and you can see a little bit more damage. I'm trying to hit the same spot every time so we can see the maximum amount of damage possible.
After shooting this target, I have found that this target will leave a little bit of a green residue on these arrows. It appears that the paint's just rubbing off. It's not leaving any actual foam on the arrows, so the function of the arrows stay the same.
For the next 250 shots, I was able to recruit the guys to shoot some arrows. It was Tuesday, so it was Tournament Tuesday. We take a break from work and do a little fun tournament, as many Tuesdays as we can. Oh, and by the way, we're still hiring and kind of always hiring, so if you want to work in the archery industry and build some awesome archery products and live in or around Colorado Springs, hit us up.
This has been 500 shots in the same area, and this target is extremely durable. I'm now gonna take 50 shots with some nasty broadheads. This part often tears up the target more than the 500 shots. Let's see what damage we can do. Shot 1, not bad. We're holding up pretty good. We're like 22 shots in. It's starting to pull a little bit of foam out, but compared to other targets, it's doing really well. We're getting down to the last 5 shots, and it is starting to tear up the target a little bit. I'll show you up close in a second. Arrow removal is significantly getting easier, with it all broken up with the broadhead. Okay, this completes our 550. We've got some fluffies coming out for sure. So here's some of the damage on the ground. Some fluffs just falling out right now. But it's really, there we go. It's really interesting. So there's basically nothing for the length of this broadhead, a couple inches right in that area where I hit the most, kind of all around in the middle. But after that, it's super stiff, just like the outside. So this might be an odd take, but I actually think this target would be best for a traditional bow because your arrow is not penetrating so far that it's super difficult to pull out, and then it's gonna last you forever. A compound bow is difficult for the first about 300 shots in the same area, then it becomes easier to pull out. But just think about doing a 60-pound row with a dumbbell, but instead of holding a weight, you've got to grip onto an arrow. It's very difficult even with an arrow puller in the beginning. And if you shoot a crossbow into this thing, God help you. There are some of you where the arrow removal is nothing even if it was 100 pounds for you. So then get this target and it'll be great. But for those of us who like easier arrow removal, this target may not be for you. But if your main goal is longevity and durability, you could shoot thousands, tens of thousands, maybe over 50,000 shots into this target. And if you wear it out in less than a year, they replace it. And if not, you got a really long, durable target. This target is probably the best per arrow target if you're looking for longevity. It is for sure that we've reviewed so far, possibly the best out there. Comes with the downside though, of difficulty of removing the arrows. I'm currently trying to review every target I can get my hands on, so I'm going to go through all of them, give you all my thoughts, and then do a big recap of everything. So check out the playlist in the description for all of those videos, whether you're watching this right as I post it or a year later. If it's a year later, you get all the info immediately, so check that out. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Stay shatterproof, my friends. Out.